Hello, happy fall. Welcome back to the Finding Hope podcast. My name is Kayla Bundy, and I am so happy you're here and part of this amazing community, this sisterhood full of being honest and doing life together through the hard things, through the good things, and getting stronger mentally and physically and finding hope every step of the way. Before we dive into this episode, make sure you are turning on your notifications. You're following along the podcast on all social platforms at the Finding Hope Podcast. And if you could rate the show and leave a review, literally, you guys, it would mean the absolute world. In this week's episode, we are talking about how to transition from a hot girl summer into an aesthetic girl fall. And having an aesthetic girl fall is not just about how amazing it looks on the outside, but how incredible you feel on the inside. Preparing for an aesthetic girl fall involves both physical and mental preparation to create an atmosphere of beauty and comfort. So I'm gonna give you some steps to prepare your home, but also your heart and mind. As we change seasons, it's easy to focus all on the external and the different outfits for the season, how we're gonna decorate our homes, all the activities within the new season. But it's equally as important to make those adjustments inwardly as well, because how our minds and body and heart operated in summer or in spring or in winter is going to be different than how we need to operate when we are in fall. So I'm so excited to dive into this episode. We are going to start by decorating mindfully. So when it comes to your home and creating that amazing, cozy, comforting feel that we probably are all seeing on our For You page, and with the candles and the lights and everything that looks great about fall, we're going to be mindful about creating an environment that brings us comfort. I love to decorate physically in a way by getting those blankets, getting the yummy smelling candles, turning on all the cute little string lights in my apartment. I feel like I should post like an Instagram story or video of how my house looks when I decorate it for fall and for Christmas, because it's so cute and it just makes me feel so cozy. But also decorating mindfully within my body and in my mind. And I don't know about you guys, but I actually never was a fan of fall. I know some people love fall and they get so excited for all the things, the sweater weather, all of the cozy things, the pumpkin spice lattes, on and on and on. But I personally have never liked fall. It's only in the last couple of years I've enjoyed it. And it's because even as a kid, I would get this deep anxiety and depression when it was fall and when the seasons were changing and when I was transitioning out of summer. And I have vivid memories as a young child. There was this weight I would carry when fall would be approaching and when I'd be stepping into it. And I carried this weight because I knew things were changing in ways I didn't like. And I felt like every time fall came around, school got a lot crazier. I had to jump back into school. I had to jump back into dance. I had to accept that the year was coming to an end, and I had all of these expectations on me for what I had to accomplish before the year was over. And it would overwhelm me every single time. And with the change of weather and then it getting darker earlier, I would really, really feel so unmotivated and I would get angry. And I definitely don't have those exact same emotions now in my life, but a lot of what I felt as a child is still very true and real for me now in my life. And I've learned I can't enter into a new season by holding on to previous expectations from where I currently was. And I would just make summer seem like this end all be all, like it was the time I would thrive. it at every activity I enjoyed. I could check out of dance, I could check out of school, I could check out of work, I could just have fun. And going from such like an extreme amount of like freedom and fun and excitement and sunshine into, oh my gosh, now I have a million responsibilities and it's colder, everything's changed in my life, and now it's basically like it's game time and it's go time until literally summer comes around again. So for me, that would just like crush me. And that is why I'm just so excited to talk about this, because I've learned that I have to adjust my mindset for where I currently am. And I can't be putting the same expectations on a different season in my life. So when it comes to being decorative mindfully, I think it's so important to set the tone for, okay, yes, I'm entering this new season, and instead of feeling bummed and depressed and down about summer or a good time in your life coming to an end, I need to be very mindful in not viewing it in that way, but viewing it in a way where it is bringing me excitement and I'm excited for the new things that are going to come with this new time in my life. This is also a physical yet mental task we can do as we have this aesthetic girl fall. I love going through my clothes, all of my skincare, hair products, all of that, and just decluttering, doing a big clean out, clearing your space, because when you feel all of the pile up from the physical things around you, that transfers into your mental health as well, and you feel like your mind is piling up. And I hate that feeling. Oh my goodness. If I can eliminate feeling overwhelmed in any way in my life, I will. And so definitely I recommend doing a declutter. You will feel so much better after you go through and get rid of things. When it comes to a mental declutter, I think it's so important to do a check-in with yourself. Be like, okay, what is piling up in my mind, and what people are piling up issues in my mind or environments that I can declutter and I can get rid of and I can box up and donate and not have to go look at that again or dive into that again. And if that's a relationship, if that's toxic friendships, if that is the job you're at, do a mental check-in and be like, okay, what things do I not want to bring into this new season of my life? Because you don't have to. You do not have to bring new things in. And I wish I realized that when I was in high school and I was dancing and I was in school. I wish I realized, Kayla, you don't have to go back to dance in the same way you did. You don't have to feel the pressure and the expectations. You don't have to totally swallow your voice and swallow every ounce of who you are to people please. You can still do the same things you're doing in your life, but you can do it in a different way. And I wish that I had known that and understood that then. And moving forward in my life now, yes, fall is happening. Yes, there's a change for sure in my life, but I don't have to approach it in the same ways that I have. I can do the same things and be in the same places, but I can declutter in the ways that are piling up in my mind and causing me stress, anxiety, depression, all of these things. So do a seasonal cleaning, physically in your home, but also mentally. The next one is seasonal fashion or seasonal clothing. This, yes, it sounds purely physical. However, it is mental as well. And obviously, I'm a huge clothing obsessed, fashion obsessed person. I live for new trends, for new pieces, for all of that. And so having a good fall aesthetic wardrobe, I promise you will feel on top of the world. When I put together an outfit, literally nothing makes me feel better than when I look good. And it's because I enjoy it. I love piecing different colors together and cultivating a new wardrobe for the new season that I'm in. And it makes me excited about that change, because also summer is, again, my absolute favorite. And all of the summer dresses and the summer fashion, I live for it. But if I can translate that excitement into fall, that really does help me mentally. So also, if you need any inspo tips, my Instagram right now is currently covered in different fall fashion inspo for like dressy, for business casual, for lounge. I'm like really, really cultivating every area that you can with fashion and fall. But also, it's equally as important to have fall clothing for your mind and your heart, and deciding what things are you going to put on and into your body every single day. What is going to clothe you mentally, spiritually, emotionally, that is going to be what you need for this season? Because if I were to wear a swimsuit and a little tiny crop top in fall when it's 40 degrees outside, I'm going to freeze. I'm not going to feel confident. I'm going to totally stick out in a way I don't want to stick out. And it's not going to clothe me and prepare me for my environment and the weather around me. And the same is so true mentally. If you are not being intentional about the things that you are going to put in your body and in your mind every single day, and the things you're going to choose to clothe yourself with for this change of season, you're going to stick out in ways you don't want to. You're going to feel uncomfortable in the things you don't want to feel uncomfortable in. You're not going to be prepared for the environment around you. And it's not going to give you as many benefits as you could had you prepared for it. So deciding, okay, this is a new season. Just like I would get new clothes, or just like I would pull out clothes that are going to keep me warm, that are going to make me feel good, that are for this time of year, for this weather, I also need to identify, okay, what things do I need to pull out and bring into my mind and my heart for this season and for these changes in my life. And personally, I know whenever like fall hits, and then it's Halloween and Thanksgiving and Christmas, I can feel really lonely, because not having a significant other and not living with my family and being in a new city, and especially all my friends right now, or my family, are engaged or getting married or already married and having kids or in these relationships. And even aside from that, almost every fall, I just feel lonely. And knowing that, I know, okay, I need to put things into my heart and mind for this season so that I can avoid those things that make me feel uncomfortable and cause emotions that are really unnecessary. If I were to prepare for it, I don't have to really experience that. And for me, what I've been doing a lot is diving into the Word of God and being like, okay, I need to clothe my mind and heart with this every single day, be washed by His Word, be renewed by His Word, put His Word on, because that relationship and that friendship with Jesus is the most comforting, fulfilling thing I could possibly have in my life. And when I'm pouring full-heartedly into that and building that relationship, it honestly helps me so much to not feel distracted, to not feel lonely, to not feel like I'm in this by myself. It really is everything I need to cling to. Yes, every day in my life, but especially in this season. I encourage you to identify what it is that you need to start clothing your mind with. And another little example is work-wise. I've been so busy, and I've been learning, okay, for me to not burn out and feel overwhelmed, I need to clothe myself with encouragement, with motivation, with more ideas and ways to focus. I've been really on my mental health right now, you guys. I'm listening to my podcast. I'm reading my books. I'm in the Word. I'm surrounding myself with friends and people that just fill me up so much, because I can currently sense myself feeling exhausted. And so I'm like, okay, I need to figure out what it is that I need to clothe myself with daily that is going to prepare me for my current environments and the season that I'm in. And the last point is having a vision. I think this is so important, because having that fall aesthetic and cultivating what that is for you comes with vision. And when I am scrolling or I see my friends having these adorable little like fall decorations, fall style, all of these things that make their environment look so appealing, I'm seeing it visually, and it's giving me ideas in my own head of what I want in my apartment, in my home, in my life, with my wardrobe. And I am such a visual person. I love seeing things and being able to pull and take what I find really interesting or enjoyable and like making it my own. And a big one for me is like different fall drinks, and like coffee drinks is what I mean. Like different fall coffee drinks and beverages and fall foods and pumpkin pancakes. I love that. When I see different recipes pop up, it gives me all these ideas of like, oh, I want to do this tomorrow morning, or I want to try something similar, but I'm going to make it in like a healthier way, or on and on and on. And it makes me excited, because I've seen something and then it's given me a vision for what I want in my own life. And the same is true mentally, obviously. But I think fall is such a good time to meditate on your vision, because I know personally why fall can also bring me a lot of anxiety, make me feel this depression, have this weight, overwhelm me, is when fall hits, it reminds me that the year is coming to an end. Everything gets busier. It gets busier socially. It gets busier work-wise. Everything just picks up, because there's the holidays. There's all these different events and people you need to see during that time, and then just grinding out work to finish the year strong. And so everything's piling up and it's coming to a close. And I look at what I had set for my year in January and the goals that I had. And it seems like I have barely come close to what I wanted to do. And so fall comes and it reminds me, oh my goodness, I'm still so far from the things that I thought I would have already done, or I'm on a totally different path than how I thought I would be during this year. And that can be very discouraging. And I wrote out this whole list of like, it wasn't resolutions. It was just like basically a journal entry with God and in preparation for 2023. And it had basically how I envisioned the year, the things I wanted in this year, the things I wanted to overcome in this year, on and on and on, how I thought my year was going to go. And it's been none of that. It's been so opposite. And so when I look back at that and I look where I am currently, and I'm like, oh my gosh, that vision is so different. And not that one was better than the other, but the vision I had then was very different than the current life I'm living and the vision I have for my life at the moment, and where I want to go and how I want to end this year. And so it's so important to revisit your vision for the way you want the year to go, and not hold it to past and previous expectations and be disappointed with yourself if you aren't where you thought you would be. And some of it's a good thing. Some of the things I had written down, I'm so glad I didn't end up doing, and I actually love the things I'm doing way more. But there's this sense of discouragement, and I personally have been feeling like I feel like I'm working, but I'm not stewarding the things well, and I'm spreading myself so thin. And so I really am having to like hone in on, okay, Lord, what is this vision for this next month of my life to finish out the year? Give me new goals, give me new things, fill my mind with the direction that you want me to take, because I can't keep comparing things to what it once was or where I thought I would be. Because that's only going to take away from where I currently could go and all the things in front of me. And it's going to distort my vision, and I'm not even going to see all the abundance and opportunities in front of me. So I encourage you to get a vision, just like you look for inspo to decorate your home, to make your environment cozy and comfortable, to try all the cool Starbucks drinks that everyone's talking about. Also, do the same thing when it comes to your vision for your goals. And look at other people and identify, okay, what are the things that are tangible before the year ends that I can focus on and visualize for my life? And to be able to create that, I do think you have to visualize that. I would not be able to create a cute little fall wardrobe and fall aesthetic and apartment and all these fall drinks had I never seen anybody doing it, and had I not been able to visualize that for myself. And the same is true for my goals and for my personal life, my work life, everything. I need to be able to visualize that. So visualize, okay, what does this girl look like? What is she doing? What are the things she's already done? And how does she feel in the way that she's living? And put yourself in that mindset and perspective and visualize that every single day. Don't let a day go by where you don't look and revisit your vision and your goals. I cannot wait to see all of the ways you guys are living out your aesthetic girl fall, and whether that's getting a little pumpkin spice latte, whether that's a new recipe you're trying, whether that's a cute fall mug. Please post it and tag me so I can see it. I would love to know how you guys are implementing these things to create an aesthetic girl fall, and what that looks like mentally, what it looks like physically. Post a picture of you donating a bunch of clothes, or post a story of your little journal entry and the list you made of all the things you're going to declutter from your mind. I would absolutely love to see it and be able to encourage you in it. And I cannot wait to talk to you guys next week. You are all amazing. You're so capable of anything you set your mind to. And I know that in this next season, as we enter fall, we are just going to be so surprised with the abundance around us and how this transition is so pivotal for us. I love you all, and I'll talk to you next week. Bye.